Hey everyone, welcome back to my Odyssey. Now before we confront Aspasia, who is the ghost of Cosmos, if you don't believe me, go back and check the end of last episode as proof. Why are we in Ancient Stronghold to begin with? Well, I want to show you something. Now, I don't know if you've been keeping up a few episodes back. I mentioned about excuse me, a place where the final confrontation might be. This is the place I was referring to. It belongs to the cult. It is a stronghold of theirs. It is one of two, I think, in the world, and their major strongholds. So I thought I'd give you a bird's eye view. But the real... Oh, I've got to avoid him if I can. Because I'll just kill him. The real reason why I brought you in to show you something is this. All those markings are of the... Now you'll probably recognize some of these. Or probably not from my videos, but... Come on, asshole. Now I actually have a brand new fighting style. I keep on wondering why the hell people use the hunter abilities, and it turns out that I've probably been a bit stupid at this the entire game and guilty of it, but I've never really thought of archery is that much of a close combat style, but if you're really careful, I've discovered it actually can be quite useful at times. Excuse me. We do have an ability point, but there is something I want to test out. Gonna get the overpower ability. Now I know overpower requires 3, but I want to see if we can reduce that by upgrading it. Because in last game it really gave us a really good punch. As I was saying with this, as you go around the world of Greece, you will see that there are signs on forts, right? Now why on earth would I want to come back here? Well, I'll show you something. It says loot treasure. Now the third one is in there. There is no way inside this door. I promise you, I've checked. I've gone up and around. Well, for the sake of it, I know someone's going to say, oh, why don't you check going up and around there? I will. It's all solid rock. I will double check for the sake of it. This is some hidden entrance which I don't know about. She's circling on something. What the hell is it circling on? Oh, hang on. Huh? What the hell? So I'm trying to work this out here for a second. Oh, it's just animals. Okay. I will have a quick look around here, but there is actually no major entrance point. So there must be a key, and I'm guessing that's by confronting Aspasia. So... But before we do that, there is one more place we have to go. Well, I say have to. It is kind of a necessity because it will give us one more mission we can complete. We're going to upgrade our speed for the final time. I forgot to do that last episode. But we'll do that now. Head to the ancient forge. Give us that extra bit of oomph as well for when we finally, excuse me, take on the Sphinx. I assume it's the Cyclops, the Minotaur, all that sort of stuff. So once we've done the spear, we definitely will go and confront Aspasia, which will mean we're about to close the chapter on the cult of Cosmos. Hopefully for good. Let's try and run slightly faster here. Is that remotely possible, Cassandra? No, you're going to just gonna trot your way there. Oh, that's charming. I'll give you a nice view of the sides then, if that's the case. Not of her, I mean of this place. Well, if you want to admire the side of Cassandra, that's completely up to you.
Forge activated. Synchronizing retransmission chronicity. Contact engaged.
There we go. I believe that should have fully also brought us up a level, shouldn't it? No. You're kidding. We're not there yet? How many? Oh, wow. Jesus, still got a good 30,000, 30 to 40,000 to go. Good God. At some point I'm going to actually change the weapon. Excuse me, this one to the one that Demos was wielding. I'll just upgrade it. I've got plenty of resources to do it. Why? The low chance to stun is nowhere near as good because you can parry shots, whereas plus all adrenaline is far better because we're going to be using up more adrenaline bars, so that's a much better bonus. Excuse me. I've just been changed. I'll switch this back around. I meant to do that. I have fully upgraded the I've fully upgraded all the additional sections of the Adrestia that were needed to be upgraded, so we've got that done, which is good. Excuse me. Okay, now this is, I think, this might be the last mission with Cosmos, as far as that's concerned. And for that one, we have to be... oh, where the bloody hell is it? We have to be right back where it started. Now, can we fast travel out of here? Oh, beautiful, we can. That's perfect. Wasn't sure about that. That saves us some time. So that'll be excellent. So I wonder how all this is going to work with Aspasia. I'm not really sure. Whether I have to try kill her or have to give her the option, repent, we'll soon see. Really shall soon see. Yes, thank you, loading menu, come on. That is a decent stopping technique, but depends. You're better off doing the old swing around technique. Well, depends on the situation. Right, where's the entrance again? Where is the entrance? It's oh. Down there, is it? Oh, of course, yeah. It's... yeah, that's right. It's underneath it, isn't it? Well, you know what I mean. Alright. Wearing the outfit of the demigod seems appropriate. Let's do this. Oh yeah, I apologize. Probably should have read out Aspersia's memo before. I'll do it afterwards. I'm pretty sure I read that last episode. Anyway. Excuse me. Actually, speaking of which, I'll do it right now. Aspersia. Aspersia. Ghost of Cosmos. Aspersia, daughter of the mighty Axios of Miletos, came to wealth and power in the most unlikely of ways, by falling in love. But even having dominion over Pericles and the hearts and minds of all Athenians would not be enough. Her ambition demanded more. To know all, to rule all, anything less would not be good enough. Her secret, at least in that respect. Why is Billing calling to us? I really don't like how that giant snake's staring at that pyramid.
Cassandra, it was never supposed to be like this. Decades ago, a group of people gathered together to uphold a theory which they believed could control the universe. That the world functioned in equal parts, order and disorder. But some fell lovingly into the wicked arms of chaos, and the cult of Cosmos was born.
Sounds familiar.
They abused their power, casting the Greek world into eternal war. One you were created to stop. In destroying the cult, you have done what I could not. You are a hero, but this imbalance comes with a price, my child. For without chaos, there is supreme order, a loss of progression and freedom. But there is still hope. Hope in you. Hope in the future you will bring. We must fix the mistakes of the past. Use the staff. Repair the rift in the universe. The world depends on you, Cassandra. You need to be the hero again.
Nice speech, Pythagoras. Or Pythagoras, as he calls himself.
So, you've seen it too then. It's beautiful, isn't it?
What are you doing here?
You killed the last member of the cult. Well, just about.
What?
It's true. I was their leader, but only for a moment it seemed. When your brother came along, it changed everything we were aiming for.
So you're not with the cult anymore? We're confused.
You agreed with them? The fucking cult?
The powers that be in the Greek world weren't doing things the right way. The cult just wanted a clean slate.
By way of corruption? Dirty drachmi? They killed people in a war they made themselves.
Fueling war was one of the methods, yes. But it was controlled. Until suddenly it wasn't. and then I didn't like what we were doing anymore.
Yeah, typical excuses of the Templars. Typical.
I thought Demos was on your side.
Not in the way we hoped. As you know, he's impossible to control. He worked his way to the helm, and then he held even more sway than I did.
Okay. So Demos was leader of the cult. Considering it's a demigod who took control of his dead body, that doesn't actually surprise me. At all. Or at least the name that was given.
Malaga. So you were after us.
Not you, your bloodline. People like Leonidas, like you, have always posed a threat. Then we met and you surprised me. You were nothing like Demos.
Why not just use me? I was in the palm of your hand.
True.
You made me optimistic that you could help me bring down the cult that had become so corrupt. And you did, albeit unknowingly.
Oh, wow. I'm not going to choose this one. These two. Oh my god, which one do we choose? Question is, do we give her the benefit of the doubt? She has tried to help us as much as she has. Well, that's typical bloody Templars, though. Although it is true to an extent of what she says that Demos did reign completely out of control. I mean, he basically told a sage off right in front of us. If you all can remember when we met Cleon as the sage of the Delian line, and he excuse me, and he confronted Demos. And Demos basically told him to shut his mouth. In different words, of course. And Cleon bowed to him. So, there is an element of truth in what Aspasia is saying. And it's not like she's actively trying to kill us either. She has had our side to some extent. You know what? I may regret this, but because she hasn't actually tried to kill us, I know it's kind of a love heart sign, but that's not the way I'm looking at this. I'm looking at saying, well, that was risky. I'll give her the benefit. I might regret this, but let's do this.
Telling me you're a cultist took guts. You know what I do to cultists, Aspasia.
I didn't want to lie to you anymore. Now that they're gone, we can work together. I think we'd make a good match, don't you?
I just don't understand. What about this pyramid? How does it work? Why does the cult have it?
I've been trying to figure out all of that myself. It's as much of a mystery to you as it is to me. This pyramid has been worshipped by the cult for decades, and we have used it to replace the Oracle of Delphi, the most trusted person in all the Greek world. Using the people's reliance on a pantheon of dead gods would help to reshape humanity in our favor. The pyramid holds a mysterious power to see into time, but only certain people can activate it. People like Demos, and the ones in your bloodline.
But you've seen something too.
I don't know how or why, but it did show me something.
What did you see?
I saw you. In the vision, you destroyed the pyramid and you destroyed the cult. I saw what would come after.
After the cult?
We will be replaced by a new kind of order. Control under the reign of a philosopher king. There would be a movement away from the old gods towards rational society, built in a kingdom by the people, for the people. And I must find someone to lead them. But I couldn't achieve any of this with the cult and their chaotic regime. So I let them carry out their plans, and let the time of the cult of Cosmos come to an end on its own.
Wait. Did Pericles know?
I wanted to protect him, so I kept him in the dark. He would have had his own opinions, but he was never supposed to die. That is the truth.
I must admit, I don't. She's basically just. I know this. I can't remember. I cannot remember where the bloody reference is from, but I know the reference for the king and this order. She's still referencing the Templars. I just cannot remember for the life of me where it comes from. Unless she's referring to. And I think this is either from the time of Altair or as Ezio in Revelations. Being as a king, it was the lieutenant of the French army was Robert de Sabel. Robert de Sabel, anyway, it was Robert, and he was the Grand Master of the Templars. I'm not going to say plot spoil because it's been such a long time since that game's out, but frankly, if you now you know. I'm not going to list a plot spoilers, no point. The other occasion I can think of when the king was directly involved as a Templar was in fact in Revelations, and that was with the king, or the one who was supposed to be staking a claim as the king inside Constantinople. What we all call in modern day Istanbul in Turkey. But it's still it's not got nothing to do with the assassins, that doesn't, because there's been no kings that have formed an order, but there has been the Templars. But Pericles would have had his own opinions, so I'm going to say I don't think she betrayed his trust, because I think it was a good idea to keep him in the dark. And Cleon just went completely mad. So she obviously didn't have very good control over him, so she didn't exactly betray his trust because she couldn't control the members. So I'm not trying to stick on her side, I'm just saying that if Demos had that much control of the cult, she would have lost her influence anyway. So we'll see how this goes. I'll choose this one. Better keep him ignorant.
You've made questionable choices, but I think that was the right one.
You knew him. All he did was worry about the state of the Greek world. If I told him, it would have ruined him.
So, what happens now?
We shift focus. We steer towards a new republic under one supreme rule. A dream I'll make a reality.
But it is still a dream. One that isn't realistic.
Abandon what you know and just imagine. Forget democracy. No more blue and red. Just citizens working for a greater good.
This is crazy. It won't work, Aspasia. It didn't work.
It's not crazy. It's enlightened. Once people in Athens get wind of this, they'll come to know they've wanted it all along. Even you.
I'm not sure.
You've spent your whole life thinking for yourself. Let go. What I plan will require you to trust me. Come with me. This future's not a dream.
It is. I'm sorry, but we need to destroy it. I'm sorry, your dream is a fantasy. Those are words that, over the course of Assassin's Creed games, right, in a series, I can tell everyone who's played the games, anyone's a too hardcore fan of the series will also know what I'm talking about here. Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch series, you'll understand that the Templars claim we're going to set this new world. Everyone will agree with this once we instill our philosophy, our ways, our mandate. That is a Templar way of doing things. As much as there's been the coinciding balance of war between Assassins and Templars, Assassins have always been trying to free the people, let them make their own choices, let history make its own mistakes. But the Templars should not be influencing that. Neither should the Cult of Cosmos. Aspasia was robbed of it. And she just wants revenge. She wants to try and make everything her way. You have to let history unravel itself in its own... sometimes it's in a ridiculous way, but it's still history. It's still natural course, the natural course of history. We're gonna let that, so we need to destroy it.
You should go. Lead your new republic.
I won't be the leader. We need someone with the knowledge of a philosopher and the wisdom of a king.
That's a tall order these days.
I couldn't have done this without you, Cassandra. You're doing the right thing.
I always try to do what's right.
Then we're after the same thing.
No, we're not.
Cassandra, there is much left to do now. Cassandra! The storms. I can weather any storm.
The truth is, in the Pythagoras was saying, or Pythagoras, you know, that there has to be that balance. There has to be a state of war for there to be a balance in the world. There has to be good and evil, which I can kind of understand what he's talking about, strangely. So, okay. What? That didn't give us level 53. Are you serious? Wow, that's quite surprising. Huh. I am genuinely surprised at that. 90. Okay. We'll do. We'll take that nicely. Okay. So, was that? Huh. So he must have finished that part. Okay. That's quite surprising. Wow, we have finished that Odyssey. Okay. Well, you know what? Asperseer's... she's going to go after her own ways, and let's face it, you know, people are going to think she might be crazy. Some people might believe her. There's always been people like that throughout history, and you can't control them all. Sure, we probably could have killed her, but it's really ironic that the Templars are often born not out of automatic succession, but they're born actually out of people's own anger and wanting for vengeance and wanting to make the world their own way, into their own version of life and reality. Because Templars want their sense to control everything, right? And they want it their own specific way. It's not like, oh, we'll have 10 governments that each rule their own. They have similar concepts, but they rule with different religions and all that. No. Under Templar rule, it's one way or no way at all. That's the way it works. So, yeah, that kind of puts that in perspective that... So what if we were to kill Asperseer? It wouldn't change that much, believe it or not. Now, did I finish... Sorry, I just want to double check about those missions there. Got that one. Oh. Okay, so yeah, because I've been going through those. Let's see what more Dem Demosthenes. I can't even say half these Greek names. I do try, but I'm not perfect at it, and I will not claim to be either. Oh God. Well, at least the cult of Cosmos is broken, if not ended. So, whether we see her at another mission, I don't know. What I'll probably try and do off camera is try and figure out a way, excuse me, of actually getting that key, of way of accessing that other treasure. I'll have to try and figure out a way, because she didn't give us any key to it or anything, so I don't know. Unless, of course, we were going to receive it if we had, you know, believed in her and joined her. I don't know.
Do you have my seals?
I do.
The Spartans must be aware of your actions by now. They can't be happy. Interested in upsetting them some more?
Always.
I might. What would you like me to do?
You've impressed me, Misthios.
For a Spartan?
Yes, as you say. It seems our fleet is under attack, and I need to redirect the troops to help. I will ask you to take on the Spartan command again.
The commanders will be taken care of. You seem to admire art and philosophy. But how can someone who truly values that go to war?
If you have any care for knowledge or the arts, you must be ready to defend these rights. I am here to take up arms so that they can continue to enrich our culture. As long as they are threatened, the battle must be fought.
You expect total obedience from your soldiers, I suppose. So why do you fight for democracy?
What is free will? It's essential that citizens play an active role in the function of their state.
But Athens recognizes only select citizens. Spartans recognize merit. In Sparta, a slave can rise.
Spartan rule would mean the demise of democracy.
Of course, both sides of the Greek coin. In the sense that one believes that one side believes in one thing, the other side believes another. Oh, God. The people versus the government. The age-old debate, confrontation. Well, I say confrontation. It depends on what area you're talking about. So,
I'll leave now.
that levels us up, okay. Last request. That must be to take out more of them. Yeah, it is. So this one, I'm going to upgrade this one again. I'm not going to bother with this one here. Ability rank. Second melee. Yes. Okay, don't have a third one. That's all right. I got 8 segments. Okay, it's not too bad. Quickly save it. Okay. What's the next mission in the chain then, shall we? Surprisingly enough, I don't know why, but I've not found any missions in Messenia. I don't know why. I really have no idea. Well, apart from the message board, but I mean actual side missions. Haven't found any, which I was quite surprised about. So we'll start this place, which I believe is, yes, this statue. Statue. That's it. Statue. Oh God. Statue. Yeah, that's it. Sanctuary of Olympia. How did I just say statue? Sanctuary. Fuck. Fantastic. I'll just make up my own words. I'll make up my own words in this series. It's alright. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Excuse me. Over the coming days, as of when I'm recording this, that is, loaded, I'm going to be slowing down with Assassin's Creed content. What's going to happen is I want to go and finish, clearing all the forts out and everything else, fully exploring the world. Excuse me. It's not that I've forgotten about the game. It's also that, excuse me, like I said, as of the date that I'm recording this, tomorrow morning, or at least tomorrow, I will be going and picking up Battlefield 5, and that will be a new Let's Play that I'll be doing for my channel. So, it's not that I will forget about Odyssey. It's just that I will probably be concentrating a lot more on Battlefield 5, getting a lot of those episodes out, and when I've actually cleared through more of the forts and everything in Odyssey, gone through more of the map and everything else, found as many, if not all the remaining side missions that are available. Then at least I can plan out my episodes accordingly. So, just to give you a bit of an update on what's going to happen. So,
you are a welcome sight. Your beauty brings light into the darkness of what has become my life.
It's good to see you too, Phidias.
Now, this is important. No one saw you come here, did they?
No? Why?
You're sure you weren't followed? Good, good. They're out there, though. Watching. Waiting.
Who's after you?
The cult of Cosmos. Remember Athens? They never stopped hunting me, Cassandra.
wow. Well, they're no more, so there's a little this is what I mean about some of these side missions. Actually, the continuations of they build up the world and everything. So a lot of the time you do these missions and then you get rid of the cult of Cosmos, so, or get rid of the Templars, but we'll do it the other way around. It doesn't matter whichever way you do it, frankly. It all ends up the same way.
Why would they be after you now?
They want me dead. Moving me here has only bought a little more time. I need your help.
What makes you think you're in trouble now?
The other day, I received a skitali and a note.
Someone left you a piece of wood and a letter. I can see why you're frightened.
Oh, it's so much more than that.
Okay.
What's so special about a stick?
It's not just any stick. The skitali is used by the Spartans to send coded messages.
Okay, so let's talk about your stick.
Skitali!
All right, Skitali.
I need to get the code. Then I'll show you how it works.
Okay.
What did the message say?
Look to your art. The King of Gods has a message to impart.
Fantastic. That's not a message. It's barely passable as a riddle.
It's obvious. The King of Gods.
Zeus?
Yes. And what am I?
There's so many answers to that, but... I suppose you're a sculptor.
Exactly.
Right.
So, where do I need to go?
The Temple of Zeus, of course. It's here in Olympia. The clue for the skitali should be around the statue.
Okay. If it'll put your mind at rest, I'll help.
Thank you. Now hurry and look to the statue of Zeus in his temple to find the message. Once I have the clue, I can decipher it with the Skitali.
Don't worry. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Right.
This must be what Phidias was looking for.
Well, at least we found it.
Phidias is paranoid. But maybe it's not all in his mind.
Well, with artists and philosophers, a lot of the stuff is in their mind, but it's based on some form of facts. They usually are. Of course, this has to be around the entire opposite way, doesn't it? Oh my god. That's one of the symbols of the cult.
I should get back to Phidias so he can decipher the message.
That's one of the symbols for the cult. So the remaining cult are trying to blackmail Phidias. How charming. At least that's... because that symbol definitely belonged to the cult. If you remember when we were in that hallway with all those symbols, it definitely matches one of those symbols. And surprise, surprise, there's blackmail involved.
So, what was the message? Did it give you the information you were looking for?
In a manner of speaking, the message you gave me, I wrapped it around the rod.
You wrapped it around your rod.
Yes, the Skitali. It's ingenious. The right message for the right rod. Wrap the cloth around it, and the letters should align, giving you the message.
Yes, very interesting. But what did it say?
It's directions.
Well, don't keep me waiting. What did it say?
It's a list of statues, and there's something else, but it's not complete.
Do you think the complete message will be revealed once all the statues have been visited?
I would assume so.
Someone's gone to a lot of trouble to ensure this remains a secret.
Maybe it will reveal the identity of the ones who want to dispose of me. Will you help?
Sure.
Tell me what I need to do.
There are 3 locations listed. Each region has a statue of some renown placed there.
So it's safe to say that at each of these statues there'll be a clue.
Yes, it'll be quite a journey. The statues are scattered all over. There's one near Kythera, another at Thassos, and also Samos.
What statue should I be looking for in Kythera?
Oh, what an island. The birthplace of the goddess of love. How I wish I could go with you.
It is a fitting place then to look for Aphrodite.
Exactly. The island lies at the southeastern tip of the Peloponnese. You will find what we seek at Aphrodite's feet.
Okay.
What's in Thassos?
Ah, a controversial statue indeed. It can only be the one of Theagenes from this northern isle.
Theagenes?
The Olympic hero. It's even rumored that Heracles himself was his father. He was exquisitely immortalized by the sculptor Glaukis of Aegina.
Okay. Interesting information.
What statue should I seek in Samos?
Well, it's not exactly Samos or Lesbos, but a small island nestled between. In the bosom of the ocean, one might say.
Stick to the statue. What is it?
Why, Poseidon, of course. It is as if you are watching the god himself holding back the waves.
Oh, I know the one he's talking about.
I should be on my way. This will take some time.
Of course. But I am excited to see where this will lead.
As am I. Stay safe, Phidias.
You too. And return to me as soon as you have all the clues.
Don't worry, I will.
Oh, I think I know what's going on.
This won't be an easy task. Whatever the messages reveal must be important.
Alright, we're going to end this episode here, and next time we will be traveling around to find the those necessary statues, and I think I know what all this is for. I will explain it next episode. See you next time.